have stopped from. So we have our retained earnings here. Our retained earnings. So we have to pick this one for the retained earnings is here. We have for the parent is 27,500. 27,500. And then that's when we pick the Wana PLC. Even this one is PLC. So this is a share post acquisition profit. Share of profit post acquisition profit. We have seen it. It's in here. We just come and pick the one that is at the end here for 1, which is 1,660. Then we get our share from it. So when we get our share from 1,660 times the 60%, the share that we are going to have is 996. So now the other thing that would come here is impairment loss. Share of impairment loss. So the impairment, we saw it from the question paper here. The impairment that we were given is just down here. This is 0.8. So that is 800, which is going to be 800 times. Also, we get our share from it as parents. So from the 800, we get our share. So that is 480. Impairment we remove. Impairment. So we continue. The other thing is the unrealized profit. Unrealized profit. So the unrealized profit here, we can do our calculation from here. Let's see what they have actually given us. So here, inventory, that is not number 5. It is saying the inventory of Wana PLC and Nkisu PLC include the goods bought from Zanje for 12 million and 10 million respectively. So the 12 million is for Wana, and Nkisu it's 10 million. So respectively, in order. So Zang PLC supplied the goods or at a cost plus markup of 25% to both companies. So now you have to get this point. When the parent sells goods to the subsidiary, unrealized profit is not affected. When the parent is the one that is selling goods to a subsidiary, unrealized profit is not affected. But when a subsidiary sells goods to the parent, the unrealized profit is affected. So in this case, the unrealized profit is not affected because the one that is selling goods is the parent here. So we're selling goods at 12 million. So I'm actually doing my calculations in thousands. So we've been given a markup. We've been given a markup of that is 25. I'm pretty sure you've seen it. That is 25%. sent to both companies. So this markup is charged on cost. It is never charged on sales. Margin is the one that is charged on sales. So you have to change this to margin. So changing it, we're going to say 25 over 1.5. Yeah. So there is no share that is going to be gotten from it by the parents. So we are just going to record all the. So that is 12,000 times 25 divided by 1.5. So which is giving us 2,400. So we're just going to remove the whole lot of it. 2,400. And realized profit is removed here, because there is no profit that can be made when there is a transaction that has taken place within the group. So now we have gotten our impairment loss. So let's get our share of profit from associate. Share of profit from associate. From the associate, as you can see here in the statement, we are seeing the retained earnings at the end were 14,000. So for us, that is 14,000. And then they have also given us here, that is on here when acquiring it. So also purchased 10 million in Kisu on 1st, that is 2022, for a cash 6. So when the retained earnings of Nkisu were 7.5, so at the acquisition they were 7,500. So you subtract for you to get the post-acquisition profit from these two. So 14,000, that is 14,000 times 14,000 minus, this is 7,500, which is yeah. And then after you've done like that, so we know for sure that the associate, our percentage in the associate is just 40%. The profit in the associate is 40%. So we are going to get our 40% out of that profit to see what we are having. So we are having 2,600. Welcome, sir. At Sakune. Yeah, homework what? But if you have homework here, you can actually simply share. I will actually call my WhatsApp line at the end of this video so that we get to help each other. Anything that you don't understand in this live, we can actually make it clear after this video. If you're also doing chartered accountants, it's okay. So now let's continue here. Then there was impairment. There was impairment here. There was impairment of 4. They are saying that the investment in course was impaired by this much. So we have to remove the impairment loss. Yeah, in the investment of Nkisu. That is for this, this is for 0.4 million, which is 400. You simply remove all of it. We remove it out. So now there is also unrealized profit from the associate, as you can see here. Yeah, as you can see in these inventories, these goods were forwarded. The parent also sold goods to the associate for 10. So let's find unrealized profit from that. So the unrealized profit from associate, that was 10,000 divided by, that is 25 over 125. That is how much was charged there. So that is 10,000 by 25 divided by 125. So now we don't forget to get our share here, 4%, which is going to give us 800 there. So now we are not done yet, because you have seen this one here. There was this which we've been given here. This, I'm pretty sure you can see that one. The remainder of investment in Zinc PLC is 10% investment in an related entity carried out at the fair value through profit or loss. The fair value of investment was 6.8. So that was at the end of this figure here, which we are seeing here, is the one that we are going to take to the statement of financial possession. Statement of financial possession. So, and then after since we have been given this one, and what we were given in the statement is, you have seen the investment here, we've been given 18,000 that we've been given here. So we have to come up with the investment that is relating to other, the investment in other entities. So in this case, we have to make sure that we get the balance or the fair value at the beginning, so that we see the difference between the fair value at the beginning and the fair value at the end, so that we get the fair value gain or loss from it. So it's the one, if it's the fair value gain that we're going to get, is the one that will be will increase the retained earnings, but if it's the loss, is the one that will reduce the retained earnings. So other investments, let's do this adjustment here. This is just a sub adjustment that we can do. In other investments, we are going to say so investment in the total investment in Zang, the total investment in Zang that we are having here is investment in Zang. We have been given, that is 18,000. This one, the investment in Zang. But there was cash consideration. Cash consideration. That was from whom? Wana. So the cash consideration from Wana, you can see it here. So the share capital of Wana for 8 was a cash. So you remove this one. You remove the one that was paid, the cash consideration that was paid, and also there's the other one that you're going to remove. You remove also there is when acquiring this one, there was a cash payment. You see, na? Payment of 6 million. So this is yeah. You also remove that one. That consideration, the payment consideration. Consideration from associate. Let me just associate here because it's not going to do well. Associate, that is 60,000 that was paid. So let's find the fair value, the 10%, 10% investment, 10% investment at start, at the beginning there was going to be, that is 18,000 minus 8,000 minus 60,000. So we are getting a 4,000 here. So at the end, 10% investment. At the end, we have been given it. We have been given the 10%, which is here. Well, the fair value of investment at that end was this much, which is 6,800. So now, from the one which is at the beginning here to the one which is at the end here, you can see that there was an increase. So that is the fair value gain. The fair value gain in investments. Which was when you differentiate 6,800 minus this, which is 2,800. So 2,800. You come here and put it the fair value gain. Fair value gain of 10% investment, which is since it's a gain, it's increasing to 2,800. Okay, I'm pretty sure those are the only items that we have for this one. So let's see, let's get the total for our retained earnings. Total of our retained earnings from those. Let's go. 500 plus 9, 6, minus 480, minus 2, 400, plus 2, 600, minus 400, minus 800. Okay. That is 29, 816. So I'm pretty sure you are also getting that one. So we'll have to take it right away. Our retained earnings here is workings number 4. We just simply put it 29. That was 29, how much? 2980, 816. 16, you simply bring it here. And then non-controlling interest. Let's do it as our workings number 6. Non-controlling interest. At fair value, the fair value we're given it, the fair value of interest, that was in workings number 3. When you come here on goodwill, we are the fair value of non-controlling interest here, we found that was 24,000. So we just simply pick it up and put it here, 24,000. And then the share of post acquisition profit, that is from Wana PLC. So you can see that we calculated for it when we were doing the assets here. This is the post acquisition profit, which is 1,660. So it's the one that we're going to put here, 60, and get our share. Non-controlling interest on our group structure there was 40%. So we remove it. So we get, that is 60 times our 40% there. We get our share from it, which is 664. Then we had impairment loss. Share of impairment loss. So the impairment loss we calculated for it, it was in here for, that is the impairment loss is 800, which is 800. We get our share from it, 40%. Then what are we going to get out of it? So 800 times 40%, that is 320. Then since it's impairment, we remove it. Let's find our total. Our total there, 24,000 plus 64 minus, that is 24, and 4,344. So that is our total non-controlling interest. So after we have actually worked out for it, we simply just pick it up and get it here. Okay, I'm pretty sure you're able to see that one. So let's get it. We found that was 24, non-controlling interest, 344. And then what else should we compute from our adjustments here? We have been given, okay, I'm pretty sure we are done with the adjustments. Then let's go ahead and compute. So from the investments here, other investments. So other investments here, other investments, it was given the other investments at the end, it was 6,800. So that's exactly what we're going to get, 6,800. And then there's investment in associate. So the investment in associate there, that is going to be our last workings under workings number 6. So that is this was workings number 5. Then let's get it workings number 6, that is the investment in associate. Investment in associate. Then we're going to say cost of investment So the cost of investment that we have from here, you were able to see the associate is here. Zang acquired it for this much. And then the cash payment was what? 6,000. So that is the cost of investment that was there, 60,000. And then the post acquisition retained earnings of the associate. So we found we had 14 here at the beginning, 14,000 at the beginning, and then we had 7,500 at the end there. So what we're going to do here now is we're going to say 14,000 minus 7,500, and then we'll get our share out of it. Our share here is 40%. You multiply the answer that we're going to get there by 40% to get the share from the associate, which is going to be 2,600. Then the impairment loss. The impairment loss which it had here, as you can see here, it was 4. So you less it. Less the 400 there. So, and there's something else that we can bring here, unrealized profit. The unrealized profit, we have not actually accounted for it. We have not accounted for the unrealized profit, have we? So here, unrealized profit, the associate. From the associate, we can see we had 10,000 by 25 over 125. So that is we got our share out of it. So that is 10,000 times 125 times 40%, our share out of it, which is just 800. So we remove also the unrealized profit there, so that we get to find the cost of investment in the associate. So when we say 6,000 plus 6 minus 400 minus 800, that is 7,400. So we have actually calculated for it. Now let's come and compute it. So investment in associate, we have, this is 7,400. Pretty sure you got that one as well. So major calculations have already been done. So let's find the total here. When we're going to say that is 82,500 plus 42,500 plus 5,000 plus 2,000 plus 2,400. That is 134. 400. So 134,400. Then inventories here, we remember to less the unrealized profit of 2,400. So from the workings, which workings am I going to refer it to? Because we calculated for it, I can actually refer to it in the fourth workings. Unrealized profit. Then we close it up. That is 16,500 plus 15,000 minus 2,400, which is just going to give us 29,100. And then here, receivables, there was a note on receivables which we have to actually consider here. Note 6. So the trade receivables of Zanji PLC included 3 million receivables from one and 1.5 million receivables from Nkisu, the trade payables of Wana PLC and Nkisu include the equivalent amounts, so these amounts are the same. So what we are going to do here, for Wana only is the one that we are going to pick, because we cannot consolidate an associate, we only consolidate the subsidiary. An associate, we just simply get our share from the investment that we have made there. So now what we are going to subtract from the trade here is 3,000. So remember, this 3,000 was also going to be subtracted from here, because they are the same amounts. So now what are we getting from the trade receivables? So that is 21,500 plus 15,000, that is minus 3,000. That is 33,500. That's what I'm getting here. And then cash and cash equivalent, there was nothing that was said, so we are going to say 55 plus 5,000, which is 10,500. 10,500. Then we can get our total assets here. Total assets together. So you start adding there plus, and okay, there is this something else. Okay, there's nothing. So plus 33,500 plus 29,100 and plus 7,468. 7, which is, I'm getting a total of 291,400. 291,400. Those are the total assets. So the total assets here should be equal to the total equity and liabilities. So if they are not going to be equal, then we might have made a mistake somewhere. So now we start adding there the equity. We have that 5,000 plus 22,500. That is 57,500. And then we have, this is the share premium. Share premium, we had 20,000 plus 67,500, which is 87,500. And then there, let's find our total here. Plus 29, plus 29, 816, plus, that is 24, 344, 7,500. That is 199. I'm getting 199,160 here. Total shares. So here the loans, there was nothing there, so we just simply pick it up and say 25,000 plus 12,500, which is 37,500. 37,500. And then deferred tax, we had 19,500 plus 60,000, which is 25,500. That is what I'm getting here. 25,500. So here under non-current, we are going to here is where we can actually fix it, the decommissioning cost, provision for decommission. The provision for decommissioning, we found this one here, which is the 3240. We're going to put it here. Provision for decommissioning. So this is workings number 2. That's where we're going to get it, which is 3240. And then here we have removed already. So what are we getting when we say 12,500? 20 tables plus 8,500 minus 3,000. So I'm getting 18,000 here. Then here, current tax, that is 4,500 plus 3,500, which is 8,000. 8,000. So now let's get our total here to see if what we have computed is the correct thing. Because that 240 plus 25 500 plus that's 7,500 plus 1,160. So we are getting the same, which is 291,400. This is what we call our total equity and liabilities. Total equity and liabilities. So our statement has actually been balanced now. This is where you measure yourself to see that what you've done is has been the correct thing. So this marks to the end of our solution. I had a network breakdown when we were doing the first part of this video. So the second part of this video has finished the entire question. Next time when we are going to meet, I am going to look at a different question, maybe for publication, and just stay tuned. Don't actually feel discouraged simply because my camera is not that clear, but we are going to improve as we go on. But at least from what I've been doing, if you follow up, you are going to be able to be getting one or two things, so that when you get to the exam room, you know what you're supposed to be doing on questions like consolidation, where you get to get your easy marks. If you don't know the adjustments, they have actually knocked you out, but you are able to get some easy marks out of it. There is no way you can get a 0 from consolidation unless you have not understood the concepts, and this is the reason why I had to bring this one on here. Like promised, I managed to actually deliver a consolidated question like this one. So next time we are going to do a publication. So to those that would want to contact me at the end of this, those that have questions to ask me on where they should not understand, I'm going to be available, and I will easily attend to your questions as soon as I get asked, without fail. And you can contact me. That is my WhatsApp line. My WhatsApp line is 077 16673 077 1667318. That is my WhatsApp line. There you go, you ask a question, I will be able to attend to you. without fail. Thank you for watching and stay tuned.